I got the name Dumbfoundead when I was like 14 years old when I started rapping. You know, I would say just like any other rapper, a lot of the names are given to you amongst my friends. We were coming up with names and I was like, had this like dumbfounded look on my face and that name just caught on pretty much. I was born in South America, Buenos Aires, Argentina, but my family immigrated to Koreatown, Los Angeles when I was like a baby, like 3 years old. Pretty much I grew up around Koreatown all my life. My parents like speak Spanish and Korean, kind of like a Latino/Korean upbringing, I would say. My first memory of hip hop was when my dad worked at a store in downtown Los Angeles, and sometimes he'd have to take me to work because he couldn't afford a babysitter or whatever. I was like, you know, 5, 6 years old, and there was an electronics store next to the store he worked at where they would just play like, you know, the local hip hop stations all day. And then I started surrounding myself around a lot of like graffiti artists, breakdancers, DJs, and rappers like throughout my youth. You know, I definitely would say I got more drawn to hip hop than the rock side. As I got older, I just kind of chose my element, you know, like which one I wanted to get into. It could have been anything like dancing or DJing or graffiti, but I don't know, like something about the rapping part kind of drew me in.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's the whole lot of nothing that keeps me on track. All I know is keep it cool. I stay calm. They ask me how you do that, what is this full on?
Rapping kind of turned into a career maybe only like 3, 4 years ago, so I'm still fairly kind of recent to it. But I mean, I started rapping since I was like 15 and started doing shows more like really kind of seriously at like 17, 18. I would say when I joined like a bigger battle league that started, you know, kind of taking off, which was Grind Time. I started battle rapping and people really started to recognize me for that. I would say my fan base did start to grow.
Right hand side, represent Koreatown, Los Angeles. We got
Swim Team Project Glow, Koreatown. You look like Tech-9 if you were Shrek size without the red dye. Yo, has anybody seen this guy's Twitter page? He be updating it every freaking day with different shit he ate. 12:58, fish fillet. 2 o'clock, chicken steak. 5:45, dinner's great. 6 o'clock, time for lemon cake. Wait, that was only a 15-minute break.
It was hard to transition, I guess, out of a battle rapper. I guess it's hard for any like battle rapper to kind of get out of that and not be pigeonholed in that world, but I was able to slowly like put out music and be taken seriously for the music. And you know, I think that journey is something that I'm still like continuing, you know.
Stack more, should've wrote that on the blackboard. What the fuck is school for if you end up living mad poor?
Having a career in hip hop is so like rare, especially as like an Asian American doing rap in America. You know, that's like fucking weird as fuck. Like, I feel blessed definitely to be like one of the few lucky ones that could pretty much do what I love every day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's Roxy in the house tonight, Mexico.
I don't think like hip hop's dead or anything like maybe some of the OGs might think, you know what I mean? I'm actually influenced more by like younger generation now than older cats. I think the main way that it's changed is pretty much the technology behind it. I kind of caught the last leg of like that street grind where you had to really like pass out physical flyers and stuff, you know, and then like MySpace kind of came along and I kind of utilized that. You know, after like battling a lot and freestyling and seeing a lot of footage online, I kind of realized, yo, I need to like put out my own content, because all the videos that were online were from like other people who were filming me like while I was freestyling in the parking lots and just tossing it up there. So I kind of wanted to really start putting out my own stuff. And I started doing that 3, 4 years ago, and that's when things started, you know, taking off.
This baby boy will get bing range. I'll hit you until you wake up in the scriptures. Watch your fucking
Hey, watch your mouth. Hey, you gonna hit me, right? You gonna hit me, right? You gonna hit me, right? Come on, you gonna hit me, right? You gonna hit me, right? Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? The fuck? Chino, go to the car. Go to the car, folks.
Yo, he got kicked in the damn head. Yo, you good, man?
Advice for future generation, damn, I don't know, man. This has been a crazy like whirlwind. I mean, obviously work hard, you know, but I think working smart is even more important, you know what I mean? I think doing what you love, you gotta definitely take interesting like moves to be able to do that. You know, I think meaningful work is important, you know what I'm saying? With a 9 to 5, I feel like you kind of just go in there, you're not really climbing up any ladder, you know what I'm saying? But if you're actually applying yourself to something that's not necessarily making money, but if you're climbing and growing as a person, that shit is the most important shit. So definitely, that's what I mean by meaningful work. Like, make sure you're working towards something, you know, and not working just on a, you know, 9 to 5 you punch out and it's a wrap. Like there's no clocking out in this shit, you know.